Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing with you the top reasons of why I'm even becoming a minimalist, or I guess in the lightest sense of the word. I'm not gonna, just go and get rid of everything and live in an all white apartment with all white furniture, which I have kind of seen. I had posted a tour of my apartment, which is only 550 square feet. I will link it above on this side. It seemed that a lot of people were interested in seeing just how myself and my husband and my pug live in a tiny apartment and why we would even choose to live in a tiny apartment. So these are the reasons of why I am leaning more towards a minimalist lifestyle and embracing minimalism in my life, the positives that I've seen. Number one, I have saved a lot more money with always trying to think if I actually need a certain item or if it's just something that I'm going to be using every once in a while when I could use something else instead. I feel like the media a lot of times is coming out with new items and brand new things where it's like, oh, this will make your life easier, or they come out with different gadgets and stuff when you can kind of do the same thing with just your knife that you have. With being a chef or going to culinary school, I have noticed a lot of gadgets that I don't need to use in my everyday cooking, like an avocado slicer or something like that. I can, eliminate that from my kitchen drawer because I wouldn't be using it that much anyway, and I can just use my knife to cut it and slice it open, and I'm getting more use out of the things that I already have. Not only have I saved money with not just buying into the media of you need. Also I have been getting rid of a lot of things and I've been selling those on different websites, and I've actually made more money doing that compared to just going out and constantly buying. And we'll be making a video that tells you about how I sold my stuff and how I made money from that. Another aspect of saving money by being a minimalist is that you don't need to get, the brand new car that came out. You don't need to have a car payment. Right now, my husband and I, we both had car payments when we met and got married, and we only have less than a year on both of them to pay off. That we're looking at it is we're not going to sell the car when we almost have it paid off and get a different car. Instead, we're just going to wait and pay both of them off, and then those are going to be our cars for a long time, and we won't be buying a brand new car again, because that was something, we were younger and we made that decision, and now I feel like, we're always gonna just buy a car used. We do have two cars, and now that I'm not working very often, maybe one day we would be able to get rid of a car, but I'm not sure. That's not a decision that we're gonna make right now. And then another way that you can save money is a lot of times if you are a minimalist and you get to live in a smaller apartment or a smaller house, and that definitely saves you money. Us, we live in a 1-bedroom. Not that we need more space than that because we don't have any kids yet, but even when we do have kids, I don't want to go out and buy a huge house where we have to buy even more furniture and more stuff to fill all the empty spaces that are in the house. I watch a lot of HGTV, and it always cracks me up and half stresses me out when we're watching them decorate this big amazing house, and they just have to get so much stuff to fill the big space in the bathroom. You have to have another vanity, or you have to have a million different chairs and sofas in the living room and the family room, and just to think of all the money that goes into finding the perfect things for all the walls to for decorations. So we can save a lot of money by buying a space that is just what we need, and it has just the rooms that we're actually going to use and just the amount of furniture that we actually use every day. Because with us being only 2 people, and even if we do have a couple kids, you only need 1 sofa. You don't need a living room and a family room. We were thinking more of the line of what do we actually use? When we come home from work, where do we go? What rooms do we use most? What items do we use most? And so getting rid of all the things that you hardly use definitely saves you money in the long run. Speaking of, you know, what we actually use and what rooms we use, that brings me to my reason number 2 of I was getting so tired of just cleaning a big house. It wasn't a huge house, but we were renting a 3-bedroom before we moved into this one. And with only it being 2 of us, I had to clean other bedrooms that no one was even using. And I had to clean like an extra, you know, a huge living room where literally all we do is sit on the sofa. Like, you don't even use the other part of the living room that just has hutches and filing cabinets and just extra stuff. So I would come home from work and have to spend, you know, an hour or so every day just trying to clean a room and keep up with it. And because we have a dog, like, you know, he sheds everywhere, so the more floor space that you have, the more of that I had to clean. You know, I just didn't like using the little bit of time that I had after work, because I do cook a lot of our meals homemade, so I would do my meal prepping or cooking, and then I would clean, and it would be time to go to sleep already and go to work the next day. And so it was just this awful cycle. And now with the place that we have, with it only being 550 square feet, I literally can clean in an hour. And I'm talking about like deep cleaning, like wiping baseboards and, you know, wiping the floor and all of that kind of stuff. And just because it's such a small amount, I can do it a lot faster, and that is definitely something that I really, really like. Number 3, I'm about to be doing a project called Project 333, where I go through my clothes, and for the season for 3 months, I pick 33 items, and that includes jewelry and shoes as well. And you only wear those 33 items for those 3 months. And I'm actually really, really looking forward to that, because I have a really hard time picking items that I actually like or that I feel comfortable in to wear. And so, you know, I used to have a bigger closet, and so it was just filled with items of clothing that, like, oh, I thought maybe I could like lose 10 pounds to fit into, or oh, maybe one day my style would be something like that, or maybe I would feel comfortable wearing that. Over the years, I just find that that's not how I do things. Like, most of the time when I'm picking something to wear, I will pick the thing that I feel the most comfortable in and the thing that I think that I look the best in. Instead of like going to Goodwill and buying like all these things, or going to Walmart and when things are on clearance, like, oh, just buying an $8 shirt and this and that. Number 1, I'm saving more money with clothing, but number 2, I actually can buy things that will last me a lot longer and that I actually will like. And so even though I am going to go to Goodwill in like next week or so to look for some fall things, that doesn't mean that all of my shopping will be at Goodwill. I also can shop at some other places, but I'm really going to be focusing on you know, only getting things that I actually like, especially since I can only have 33 items anyway. I can focus more on high quality too. And so I can get a pair of high quality jeans or high quality leggings, and instead not having to have, you know, like 10 pairs of the $5 leggings that will get holes in them really quickly. For me, it makes me just feel better knowing that my closet, even though it's going to be tinier, it's going to be everything that I absolutely love wearing and looks good on me and is my color and is the right thing for fall. And so I'm really excited to like kind of put that wardrobe together, because now that I'm only going to be having 33 items, I'm focusing on like what I actually like, and not just because it's cheaper, it's only a couple dollars. Reason number 4 is that I have more time to spend with my husband than my family. I have a lot of little brothers and I like to go over there. Not only because with us saving more money, I don't have to work a full-time job, and so that gives me more time to spend. But also, even with not having as much to clean or not spending time, you know, taking a long time to get dressed because of my clothing situation, I just have more time overall than things that I actually like. And so even if it's not spending time with family, but even having time to read a book or even watch a TV show, because I mean, we still have a TV, you know, we didn't go hardcore minimalist. And so, you know, I have time to read books or do these YouTube channels or You know, even I have more time to cook. Really enjoy that since we have saved more money and I have more time, that I can use that for something that actually like brings me joy and makes me feel good. Number 5 of the reason of why I'm becoming a minimalist is that it actually really stresses me out when I just see tons of stuff all over the place that's not being used. I really don't like, especially with children, how many toys they have to have, or you know, you go to McDonald's and they get a Happy Meal and it's just a piece of junk. And for me, like, I would much rather have, even, you know, when I have kids, I would much rather have just good quality things and have only a few things to choose from. With research now, like, it's even shown that kids don't need so many items to choose from, that doesn't make them happier, and it doesn't make us as adults happier. It almost stresses us out more because we constantly have to work and work and work to buy with all the ads that the media is putting out that we need, and we actually don't need that stuff. And so it actually makes you happier and less stressed to just have the items that you actually need, the items that actually bring you joy, to have more quality time. I mean, all of those reasons are kind of together, but it really, I've just seen my stress level go down with just beginning to become a minimalist and not having to be surrounded by just all of this stuff that is advertised that we need, that you actually find out that you don't, or you actually find out that you're wasting so much money having. Those are just a couple of reasons of why I'm becoming a minimalist. I'm sure that I'll be adding more the longer that I am doing this, but those are definitely the top reasons of why I decided, you know what, I'm going to start researching, I'm going to start getting rid of things, and I'm going to just embrace this lifestyle. And I just feel like it is so right for me. Like, the personality that I have, the way that I have to have things organized, I have just found it way better. And especially when I'm like shopping, for instance, like I was going and shopping for pumpkin candles, one candle, and it just makes me so much happier that I picked the one candle that was my favorite, and not that I spent a whole bunch of money on things that I only kind of wanted. That's my advice or my wisdom of why I became a minimalist. Hope that you are following my journey. I have linked below my video of the apartment tour. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching.